I didn't suck so much at Puyo Puyo, I would consider streaming it, honestly. I really would. But hey, 'tis what it is. Also, I would definitely have a lot of people ragging on me for saying Puyo Puyo instead of, I don't know, how else could you possibly pronounce it? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this bit. I really don't. Anyway, hey, how's everybody doing? It's a Saturday. Partially sunny outside, starting to warm up, finally. We're moving into the summer. That's nice. It's the last day of May, so hope you guys had your, had a good month, whether it be, I don't know, dry, rainy, whatever. We certainly got some rain. Tell you what, it was raining really hard last night. Like, man, it was bad. And, now it's just, like, fine. I don't know. I guess we really are moving into the summer, where just random freak storms happen, and they last for maybe, like, an hour, and then completely disappear as if it never happened. Ugh. Gotta love New Jersey weather. Anyway, so today we're going to be there's your frame drop. There's the inaugural frame drop, of course, because we gotta have one of those. It seems. Ugh. I love how unstable my internet is, but I literally can't do anything about that. Anyway, what was I saying? Right, so, we're gonna be taking a look at, Space Quest today. Yeah, if you're at all familiar with, adventure games, be it classic ones or, you know, some newer stuff, you might have heard of Sierra Online. They were pretty influential in the adventure game scene for a very, very long time. Basically, all of the 1980s and a bit into the 90s, crashing and, you know, like, crash and burned, by the mid-90s, because, well, they had gone all in on FMV, not realizing that FMV was maybe only a year or two out from completely dying in favor of real 3D. And they just couldn't recover. They couldn't recover from that. They became a publisher, and they went belly up, I think, probably in the early 2000s. Like, just completely got folded, which is a shame. It really is a shame, because they made some fantastic games, and this is one of them. I don't know. Space Quest is a game that I've played quite a few times over the last, I want to say roughly decade or so. I know it better than any other ones in the franchise because, well, I've only ever really played 1, 2, and 3. I think I only ever played 2 once. I played 3 on stream a very long time ago. And I think like a year ago, I posted on my main YouTube channel like an edited down playthrough of this one. So yeah, we are going to be doing the original version from, I think, like 86, 87, with 16-color EGA graphics and no music for basically all of the game. It's probably not going to be the most interesting in terms of audio, but I'm sure it'll be fine. I mean, come on. it'll be fine. I can put music on in the background if it's really necessary. But right, so I guess nothing else to do but get the game open. I do also want to say, gonna be playing this through Scum VM, because yeah, I like Scum VM. It's nice software for playing adventure games in specific. Welcome. This is about the most music you're gonna get for most of the game. Space Quest 1, the Sarian encounter for Chapter 1. The chapter thing does not come back after this one. Opening credits. It's definitely following, like, sci-fi spoof movies that were popular throughout the late 70s and early 80s. Light years from Earth's solar system, the people of the galaxy Ernon have been struggling to maintain the precious balance of life. The sun of Ernon is slowly dying. The planets grow cold. Food is no longer plentiful. Life will soon become impossible to sustain. The scientific community of Xenon devised a plan to convert one of Ernon's lifeless planets into a new sun. So basically, it's Star Trek 2. The effort was centered around the development of a device called the Star Generator. The Star Generator would be capable of igniting an otherwise useless planet into a raging ball of flame. An expedition set out aboard the starship Arcada to successfully complete development and testing of the Star Generator. The Arcada is now returning triumphantly to Xenon with a fully operational Star Generator. There's long pauses. You serve as a member of the crew of the Arcada as a janitor. That's right, janitor. Not a very good one. You would have probably been sacked and replaced were the Arcada not billions of kilometers from Xenon. As we join our story, you have just completed one of your famous on-shift naps in one of the janitorial storage closets. Following the Douglas Adams tradition of not being like any sort of chosen one or important person at all. You are the rust at the bottom of the galactic barrel. Absolutely nobody. Now, you can put your name in. This is a thing that the first two This is a thing that the first two Space Quest games do. Star Quest? What the fuck? That's not even a real thing. Unless it is. Anyway, so now we will be playing in mostly silence. Sorry. Most Sierra adventure games wouldn't have a proper soundtrack until the mid... No, wait, no. It is the mid-80s. So, yeah, they wouldn't have, like, a proper full soundtrack until the late 80s, a couple years after this game. Like, 1989, 1990. That's about when you start seeing adventure games with a real soundtrack. Because, by then, you could ensure that people had sound cards in their PCs. Unless, you were playing on not the IBM PC, at which point maybe you had music, maybe you didn't. I don't know. Anyway, you can put your name in, and I will be putting my name in, or at least just the first 3 letters. It's fine. Let us begin. You are startled by the sound of an alarm. It is followed by an urgent voice which warns that the Arcada has been boarded by unknown intruders. It ends abruptly. And now we're on. We're playing the feud. You see, I told you the game would be quiet. And it is. And I mean, it helps with the suspense of this early part of the game. So now, since I've played this a handful of times, I remember vaguely what you're supposed to do. First of all, you look at the monitor, And you have to use the word monitor because this game's thesaurus is about as thin as tissue paper. But we don't actually have the full context for that yet, so we really ought to be waiting here. Ugh, dead guys. And a door that's been busted open. Hold on, let's also change the speed to fast. Because, look, body. It appears to be one of your crewmates. He's non-functional. Search body. You search the body of your crewmate and find a keycard. Okay, take keycard. You take the keycard. Cool. You need that. And yeah, this is one of those like early adventure games that has a parser system. Sierra liked the parser system for a while because, well, you know, pointing and clicking was kind of a thing, but you couldn't guarantee that everybody had a mouse. By the time you get to like Windows 3.1, though, yeah, you could ensure that that was a thing. Anyway, let's look at this monitor because it's important. We've only got about 20 minutes to get out of here. So if we look around. This is the Star Generator Development Laboratory. Due to your incredibly low security clearance, you have never been allowed access to this room. Yeah. Also, that one guy that had the keycard, his body is the only one that has anything on it. So, there really isn't much of a point to searching the other ones. I could also make an effort to get all 202 points, but, I'm not doing that because I don't really care. I don't really care. It's like all the points really are well, one kind of a score thing to see like, oh, did you get everything? Did you see everything? It's based around progression. You get a set. Ooh. You were in the red there for a second. Oh. The door opens, and a man you recognize as one of the lab scientists enters. He appears to be injured. Ooh. After only a few steps, he slumps to the floor. Okay, now, if we look... Scientist. A large laser hole has been burned in his uniform, through which you can see previously unexposed tissue. Struggling painfully, he raises up on one elbow. He tells you the Arcada is under attack, and that the Star Generator is in danger. You had better leave if you value your life. He looks over toward the shelves full of cartridges and utters the words, "Astral body." He then settles to the floor, lifeless. So that's what you type into here. The game does not tell you entirely that that's what you're supposed to do. It just kind of assumes that you'll put 2 and 2 together. Thankfully, as far as I remember, this game is pretty free of what I guess you could describe as moon logic. Take cartridge. You need that. You will need that. It's important for game completion. You will need that. This is one thing that I don't like about Sierra adventure games, is it's very easy to miss things that are critical to game completion, and the game will not tell you. The game will not tell you, hey, you're missing this thing that you need, or in the moment, it's not like, hey, maybe you should pick this thing up because it's important. It's not like that. These are games that you're meant to spend, like, hours and hours and hours. Ooh, shit. Oh. And dead. The alien observes his handiwork briefly, then leaves. As you lie on the floor in a smoldering... What? Carbogelatous heap, you can't help but wonder why you bothered getting up this morning. I wonder too. Thank you for playing Space Quest. Too bad you failed miserably and doomed all your people to a horrible death at the hands of the Sarians. If you continue playing as skillfully as this, we'll never have a chance for a sequel. Better luck next time. Yep. It's fine. And because I didn't save, we have to restart the game from the very beginning. Ugh. This is another thing I don't really like about Sierra Adventure games. They are the ones who basically helped create the golden rule, which is save early, save often. God. Thankfully, though, since this is Scum VM, it's very easy to save and reload. So, we're all good. I'll skip the whole thing with the scientist for now, because it's not really important, and like I said, I don't care about points. I will need to pick up that keycard, though. So yeah, when you hear footsteps, that means you gotta get off that screen, or else, you know, that guy's gonna come in and kill you. So, yeah, take keycard. Take the keycard. And now we get a moving. It's definitely a more annoying aspect of this game. Although, thankfully, the way that it's designed in terms of, like, screen to screen, the areas are so small that you don't really need to make a map. Okay, let's save. New save. She space on my quest. Cool. Ah, crap. And that's death. So, we reload. Yeah, it's annoying. You gotta wait for the door on the elevator to close. Oh, for God's sake, come on. It's a random chance whether or not footsteps happen. And I seem to be very unlucky. Ugh. And I'm pretty sure it only rolls the dice when you're... I think I hear footsteps. No. I don't understand, though, why they couldn't have a little thing to be like, oh, footsteps, you know, audibly, you know? Like, I understand the soundscape is very limited if you don't have a sound card, which, this game was not yet designed. These games are not yet designed for sound cards or anything like that. So you want to push the open bay door button. You have to be very specific with your wording. Like here, this part. Oh, for God's sake, really? Ugh. That's super annoying. Okay, so... You think you could just go through, right? No, the door is locked. Alas, it does not open. You have adorned the door with a small circle of nose grease. Were you Carl Malden? Could have gotten ugly. That is definitely a reference people in 2025 will understand. Look. Panel. Keycard unit is a small, sturdy box with a slot. Okay, so I think you just use keycard Yeah, you just use keycard, not use keycard in slot, because I don't think this game understands the word in. At least not in that context. I hate it. Like I said, this game's thesaurus is very, very small. The list of keywords really ought to be longer. But hey, okay, look, wall. The walls, the walls look pretty much the same as the others. There is a sign on the back wall. Beneath that is a right button and a left button. Okay, so now you push right and push left. So now, I guess if we look, no, okay, just take suit. You take it. And I guess we can look at the... Well, you can look at the floor, but that won't help you here. You just have to, like, take gadget. That is important. It is very easy to miss that. The game will kill you if you try to go out in the escape pod bay while the doors are open without your suit on. It will kill you, so it'll let you know you've messed up there. But if you don't have the little gadget, you cannot progress, and the game will not tell you. Ugh, Sierra. So now you look at the console. The console is adorned with many status indicators. One button on the right is marked airlock. Push airlock. You don't have to specify button. You just have to specify push and what you want to push. So that saves me a couple of keystrokes. This is by no means a speed run. If it were, we probably would have been out of here already. And also using zips. I don't know. Unless it's, like, specifically Scum VM version fastest. I don't know. Adventure game speedruns mystify me. Looking at the console, you see a button marked platform. There are also some gauges which don't interest you. Push platform. There's now an escape pod here. That definitely looks like an escape pod. I don't know. It is a thing. So now you have to be on this side, and you get in pod. Now you close the door. Buckle seatbelt. Okay. Look console. Ugh, God. Always freaks me out when frames... Stop dropping frames. Stop it. Behave, internet. Ugh. God, I always feel like that one fucking Venom GIF meme where it's just like me talking to my router explaining why, trying to figure out why it can't work like a normal machine. Ugh. The console consists of a screen, pod status indicators, a throttle, and some buttons. The buttons are marked AutoNav, Power, and Don't Touch. So now you push Power. It won't let you push the AutoNav. Pull Throttle. The escape pod moves slowly out of the vehicle bay and out into space. Congratulations! You have narrowly escaped an explosive death. Don't start patting yourself on the back just yet, though. You are now traveling aimlessly through the cosmos. So now is a good time to save. Space. I think I've made that joke before somewhere in these save files. There's like 3 different playthroughs now on Scum VM. Okay, so, now we, push Don't Touch. It said don't touch. I warned you. Ken, did you hear something? It was probably just the Gators entertaining another Space Quest player. Go back to sleep, Berta. Through a strange quirk of fate, or was it, you have stumbled into a place beyond time, space, and dimension. You have entered the Daventry Zone. That's right, the land of King's Quest. This will not help you since you are playing Space Quest. Yeah, a little secret death. Little secret death you can get. A little Easter egg. It definitely shows the tone of this game. I love it. Push auto nav. You have to make sure you do that or else you die. There's a lot of ways to die in this game. Oh boy. And I don't think I've seen all of them. Genuinely. Like, at the very least, Space Quest, Ooh, the monitor flashes. You study it to see what new information is being displayed. Okay. It does it for me. Ooh. Planet Corona. It is 40 degrees Celsius, which how hot is that in temperature I understand? Hold on. Celsius to Fahrenheit 40. That is 104 degrees. Oh boy. It is a hot one. I hope you packed sunscreen. The autonav system has locked onto a small planet of has locked onto the small planet of Corona, and the pod has begun its approach. Nothing to do now, but hang on. You see, this is why I'm a little bit irked by this game's lack of sound, because like escape pod crashes into the desert and it's fine. Like there's no sound. Silence. Whatever. I could have played the VGA remake, but it's different, and I don't know how to get all the way through it. And if I recall correctly, people tend to not really like the VGA remake. They certainly didn't like the VGA remake of King's Quest, which I almost played King's Quest instead of this, but like, you can finish King's Quest so quickly. Like, if you know what you're doing, half hour at most. Speedruns are... Jeez, are they like less than a minute now? I forget. Ugh. After a skull-jarring landing, you peer through the shattered viewing port out onto the desert landscape. A feeling of utter desolation sets in. You're in a fine mess now, lag. So now you gotta look around the pod. You are inside the escape pod. It appears that the more fragile devices were damaged severely by the impact of the landing. A survival kit has broken loose from someplace. Take that kit. You will need it, or else you will die. So now you undo the seat belt. Take off seat belt. I'm pretty sure if you don't have the seatbelt on, you go careening through the windscreen and die when you crash. Which, like, accurate? Very accurate? Okay, so now you would think you wanna open the door, right? The door has been permanently opened by the impact of the landing. So now you just leave the pod. And now we're in the desert. I don't remember how to spell Arrakis. Hey, look, it's better than the Star Wars reference I made the last time I played this game and got to this point. And now I realize that my copy of Dune is literally sitting directly in front of me. God damn it. Okay, so right here we get to, I would say, probably having only played Space Quest 1 through 3, what is probably the worst singular puzzle in the entire series. There is an item that you get on this screen that is necessary to game completion. And of course, not only does the game not tell you that you need this, under normal circumstances, or well, under most circumstances, it won't even tell you it's there. So what you do is you look at the ground. It's quite sandy down there. You see that a piece of highly reflective glass has broken out of the pod window. You need that shard of glass to finish the game. If you don't have it, you get stuck. I hate that. I hate that so much. Let's also open that kit. Where did I get as from? Ugh. This is your survival kit. It contains a xenon army knife and a can of dehydrated water. Can we drink some water? Actually, this is a good time for me to take a sip of water as well. How does dehydrated water even work? Is it just 2 hydrogen molecules hanging around in there? Is it just hydrogen? I don't... Ugh. You place your lips at the nozzle and draw. A fluid, not a very reasonable facsimile of water, is released slowly. While tasting slightly terrible, it quenches your thirst, at least for the time being. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you don't drink water for long enough, you will die. Also, I want to show something off while we're here. I don't remember how to spell. Wonderful. Thank you for cutting that off. If you go in any direction from the escape pod, but east... Wait for it. I think you get into a fail state if you drink water before Roger says he's thirsty. No? I've never had that happen. It really is Arrakis. We have sandworms. See, it like the book says, if you don't want to attract the worm, you have to walk without rhythm. You have just become a vertical meal for the local welcoming committee. Thank you for playing Space Quest. Yeah. So that's what we're dealing with. A very hostile environment. Yeah, I don't know. I've never gotten a fail state from drinking water before the text pops up that says Roger is thirsty. But also, I only ever use the water bottle once before the thing that it's like actually required to be used for. You can also use the knife, but I'm pretty sure that's just for points. It's not useful. You can't really use your Swiss Army knife for very much. Plus, you know, under ideal circumstances, we won't be in the position where the water bottle is, like, needed to not die for very long. So, yeah, that's good. Also, Sierra likes to do this thing, with things that you can only do so many times before you can't do them anymore. I can't help but feel like this is a thinly veiled reference to King's Quest 2. Ugh. At least it shows you that the bridge is cracking. Also, wait, I feel like I'm doing something kind of out of order here. Oh, nope, there it is. It just took some time. Suddenly, you see a large, black metal sphere falling out of the sky. A Sarian spider droid. Upon touching down on the planet's surface, it sprouts legs and begins its search for you. You recall from an article in Space Piston magazine that this droid is designed to seek out organic life forms and self-destruct when contact is made. So, the ideal thing to do here, at least for now, is simply wait. This is how I prefer to deal with the spider droid. I know there is another way that you can deal with it, but I don't know how to set that up. And this is also the way I can deal with it that poses the least amount of danger to me. It does, however, take a while. So I'm pretty sure it needs to be, bringing out the cursor, it needs to be like roughly around here. But the thing is, it's like the DVD logo, pretty much, on your DVD player, where it just kind of bounces around the screen randomly. There isn't anything that'll manually take it to where it needs to go for you to kill it. So, yeah, that's fun. We're just going to be sitting here for a while. I think when I recorded my playthrough for YouTube, it took like 2 to 3 straight minutes of waiting. So, that's good. Fun. Very fun. So we're just going to be sitting here for a minute. Could also save. Like, okay. If I were to do a puzzle like this, I would have the thing, at least on this screen, have a scripted path that it follows rather than just moving around randomly. So really all it is timing. And not, sitting there for several minutes timing. Like, doing the action at the correct timing. But evidently that's not how Scott Murphy and Mark Crow wanted to do this. I don't know. I don't know. Ugh. I guess it's a good time for me to kind of ramble a bit, just so we're not sitting here in total silence. What is it? Even though I've... Ooh, wait a minute. Oh. Ugh. Even though I've played a bunch of these Sierra adventure games, I only actually own a copy of one. I mean, like, yeah, I have the Space Quest collection and King's Quest collection on Steam, but the only... come on. The only actual Sierra game that I own physically is a copy of Police Quest 3 that I bought off of eBay some years ago. That is complete and also has a copy of the hint book. So that's actually pretty cool. It's too bad that a lot of people consider Police Quest 3 to not be that good. Very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. Oh, the heat is causing you to develop quite a thirst. Okay, drink water. Come on. We're not gonna run out of water anytime soon. I think the when you look at the can, the like flavor text says that it holds 10 gallons. Oh, Oh. Oh, come on. God, it's like a screensaver at this point. Ugh. But yeah, Police Quest 3 is the only actual Sierra game that I own physically. And unfortunately, oh. Ow! Crap. We gotta restore. I should have saved before that. I was wrong. I was wrong about where it lands. That's my bad. Let's go fast. Let's go fast. Ugh. This is why they say save early, save often. I did not save early, nor did I save often. Ugh. But yeah, it's the only Sierra adventure game that I actually own a copy of. Mostly because I was able to get it for cheap, and most Sierra games are quite expensive. That's what happens with big box software, unfortunately. Okay, so now we save rock time. You just have to wait for long enough, I think, and the droid appears. Or no, it appears when you're there. Push rock. So now at a much faster speed, it should, in theory, take less time. So okay, it's... Oh. Got it! That was much quicker. Much quicker. It was not known you are a master of the rock. That was a fine effort. Yeah. We'll just save that to rock time. And now, move the speed back to normal. But yeah, I do have quite a bit of big box PC games, actually. I have quite a few. I like them. I like having them. It's a cool thing. Although I don't have anything that comes with like cool extras, you know? Like you get that sometimes. Like none of the games that I have like fun forms of copy protection. Like it's just like the code card if there's copy protection at all. Also, unfortunately, with Police Quest 3, I think disc number 4. Yeah, disc number 4 is dead. It doesn't work. So I wouldn't be able to play it from floppy or from installing it on my hard drive. So that's disappointing. Anyway, secret elevator. Ooh. So now if we look around, it appears to be one end of what? Oh, yeah. I'm saying words before other words in the sentence before they. What? Ugh. This is one end of what appears to be a large cavern. The only way to go is to the left. There is a rock nearby. You're gonna need that rock. Trust me, you will need that rock. Take rock. Done. Okay. Through here. That grate is a little suspicious. Save. Cave. Story. Sure. That grate looks a little suspicious, but I'm sure it's fine. Oh, god damn it. Wasn't timed quite right, but okay. You've been snatched from existence by a tentacled beast lurking beneath the grate. You feel the painful sting of digestive fluids. I didn't need to know that. I did not need to know that. You gotta use your mouse to select the save file. You go along the side, and you use rock on. Shit, is that how you spell geyser? No, fuck. look around. Oh, there was an E I was missing. God damn it. Use rock on geyser. Put rock in geyser. There we go. That's one place where it lets you use in. Oh god. The drippy stuff. Look. Liquid. You gaze intently at the purplish pool of liquid, the first real sign of moisture on the planet. The pool seems to have no bottom. The gentle dripping has a soothing effect on your frazzled nerves. I don't know about that, it's just kind of a 1-bit beat. But maybe. It's definitely more soothing than the noise we have to hear in the next screen. Also, this screen is a little bit of a hassle to traverse through properly. There we go. And here is the beginner's trap. Because, well, here's a demonstration. You are in a large room in the cavern. There is a pathway above. At the south end of the room are two odd-looking units emitting beams of light. The game will not let you call them lasers. It does not matter what you do. Laser is just not in this game's thesaurus, apparently. I don't know how they oversaw that. But yeah, if you just walk on through, you seem fine, but then, nope, you die. So now we restore. So here's what you do. Use glass in beam. Put glass in beam. Put glass in beam. You have quite cleverly turned the beam upon itself, frying it into inoperability. So, if you didn't pick up the shard of glass, you would not have been able to do that. And because there's no way to go back up to the surface from this point, you'd be screwed. Completely and utterly screwed. You would not be able to complete the game, and would have to either reload a save, or start from the very beginning. Oh boy. That is one thing I do not love about Sierra games. Thankfully though, because I've played this game a bunch of times, I know to expect that. There's also this part that I don't like, but for different reasons. As, you think that's water, right? It isn't. You are unpleasantly surprised by a drop of searing acid which bores its way to your feet. Yep. Now it's about timing. You basically have to wait for the drop to fully go all the way down before you can cross, before you have enough time. Oh, come on! I wasn't even close to that. And, of course, there's some hitbox shenanigans, because of course there are. Ugh. I don't like this part. I don't like this part of the game. Okay. There are definitely some annoying parts of Space Quest 1 that I admit keep me from recommending it to people, but it's fine. So, you might remember, we got that gadget from earlier. And, well, we have not used it yet. Written on the electronic gadget are the words dialect translator. On one end is a dial and a light, currently dim. So now if you turn on the translator, the light will glow, showing that it's on. If you don't have that, in this next room, you get booted back out, and you have to go through this whole area all over again. As soon as you enter the room, you find yourself surrounded by darkness. Suddenly, you become aware of the fact that you cannot move or speak. A strange, unknown force has taken over. A massive holographic image appears before you. You sense that you are the only life form in the area. So, you have found your way to my hallowed chamber. I have been monitoring your travels on our planet. It appears that you are up the proverbial estuary without the means of locomotion. Up a creek without a paddle. Up the creek without a paddle. Ugh. You are obviously in need of transportation. Let us see if you are worthy of our assistance. On the surface lives a beast called Orat. He proves to be a bit of annoyance on occasion. Dispose of him and bring back evidence of your conquest. Only then will I deal with your plight. Good luck, strange one. Bold of you to call me the strange one, but I guess to his context I am strange. So, you could do this next part without having seen that, but, unless you have the dialect translator on, you would not understand that that is what you're supposed to be doing. I don't know if it'll let you even, do it, either. I don't know. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I've never tried it. I have never tried it. It's probably a thing speedrunners have figured out, though. They figure out all sorts of things. Drink my water. There's something about being in a desert in a video game that reminds me, hey, I should drink water. In that same way that, okay, I don't know if this is something only I experience or if it's something other people experience. Have you ever been playing, like, a game and your character's, like, underwater or something? Like, you're underwater in the game, and you suddenly, like, become aware of the fact that you are currently breathing? Am I the only one who does that? Who suddenly consciously, like, manually has to start breathing? Because I think my brain gets confused that I'm not the guy on the TV screen that is underwater having to hold his breath. I don't know. I don't know, it's stupid. Anyway, we go onto this screen and you go in this cave. Yes, that is a cave. And now what we do is... Nah. Throw water to Orat. Orat, always in the mood for a snack, snatches the can out of the air with his spacious oral cavity, chews, and swallows it. He notices a rumbling deep within his abdomen. Great. Orat's eyes prove to be bigger than his stomach for once. Incapable of becoming history's first living reservoir, his body succumbs to the intense internal pressure created by nearly 10 gallons of instantly reconstituted water. As a special, you have received a much needed shower. Gross. Very gross. Very, very icky. No good. Also, you have this thing, this mess of pixels over here. On the ground rests a gleaming chunk of Orat's anatomy. Take part. You reach down and take the Orat part in your hand. Some of it oozes to fill the space in between your fingers. Gross! Very gross. I feel like that video, like that one guy in that video that's like, ugh, the beast is demonic in nature. Very icky. No good. I don't know. It's funny. Ugh. Jeez. Now I'm just like mentally realizing the part that comes next after this, and I'm dreading it. Ugh. God. I'm telling you, a little bit of just something, any sort of audio would have been nice. But I don't know, I guess that was hard to program. Or would have taken up too much space on the disc? How many discs did this game come on? I don't know. I really don't know. But still, like, come on, you could have done something. Could have had some form of audio that isn't just like the occasional beep. Because, like, ugh, this is a problem I have with Space Quest 2. As in, the second Space Quest game. You know what I mean. Like, it's just a problem I have with these early Sierra adventure games. It's just the dead silence. It has a way of, like, keeping you on edge, yeah, but it can also make it very, very boring to watch and or play. Ugh. It was definitely, like, a big criticism of adventure games in this period as well, though. At least on PC, some games on other platforms would have more audio, but here, not really. Ugh. I don't know. It also means that I feel like I have to talk a lot in order to like fill the space, because there's otherwise basically nothing to listen to, and I think we could all agree that would be quite boring. Yeah, you gotta go through the cave all over again. More cave. I wonder if Ted's in this cave somewhere. That is a boomer ass reference. I don't know. Do people still know about Ted the Caver? Like, do people still read it? I don't even know if Angel Fire is a thing anymore, so I don't know if the website's still up, but, like, there's probably people on the internet who have done reading videos of it. I'm sure. I don't know how interested people are in it, because it's very much filled with terminology that's not going to be very familiar to people who do not go spelunking somewhat regularly. And also, it was written in 2001. So it definitely shows its age in some ways. I don't know. But then again, creepypasta I don't think was very good to begin with. Not necessarily because it's amateur. There are plenty of good amateur writers, and also, you gotta start somewhere. It's just the standard wasn't very high, I don't think. I don't know. It seems like any old slop could get really popular. Again, the massive holographic image appears before you. So, you have returned. Fortunately, there is much more to you than meets the eye. Transformers, more than meets the eye. Drop before me your proof of Orat's defeat for my inspection. Drop part. You drop the Orat part to the ground. The vision is silent. You are startled by a rumbling, and suddenly an oddly shaped door comes into view. It opens slowly. You hear a voice, different this time, beckoning you to step forward. Again, I don't understand why they couldn't have, like, rumbling sound effect. Surely that could not have been hard to do. This is a cutscene, no input here. I guess I should also mention how this game is controlled. You move around with the arrow keys, and you type things into the parser with your keyboard. I guess you could also use the mouse to move around, but I don't know. It's not really built around that. It would take until, I think, King's Quest 5 for Sierra to really fully embrace point and click. Actually, much to the chagrin, to use a vocab word, of the Space Quest developers, because they thought it made the game too easy. I don't know. Sierra, moving into the 90s, would attempt to make their games much more accessible. So, that's a good thing. They are still very, very ruthless, though. Please, don't be alarmed. We intend no harm. We are a peaceful race. We are cautious, however. Others don't share our way of life. Welcome to Corona. You are standing in the power generation facility of our underground settlement. All power here is produced by steam. That is unimportant to you, however. We have promised you transportation. It is a skimmer. It hovers approximately a half meter above the traveling surface. This is very important, because of Grell. Grell and his like dwell in caves below the sand. If you stand on the surface too long, you chance becoming a rare, moist meal for him. The skimmer is programmed to take you to a settlement on the other side of Corona, called Eulent's Flats. You can make further travel arrangements there. I am sorry this is all we can offer. I hope your trip is a safe one. Board the skimmer when you are ready to depart. Good luck, strange one. I do love the little bit of world building that you get in this area, because like you have all these dudes, all these forearm dudes just kind of like walking around, going about their day independent of you. It makes the game feel way more alive in a way that the King's Quest games just hadn't achieved yet. So we can look at this console. The console consists of a monitor and a cartridge slot. There are also some readouts, which indicate the status of some of the mechanisms here. Now, you might remember, we got that cartridge back on the Arcada. I've also been meaning to say, I know the manual says it's pronounced Arcada, but no. No. Put cartridge in slots. Salt? What? First I forget how to spell one word for a second mentally, and then I forget how to type another word. I hate my brain. I hate that it's stupid. The cartridge snaps neatly into the slot. The screen comes alive. Whosoever fuck. Whosoever shall read this. My name is Dr. Slash Vohol. I am a scientist with the Star Generator Project aboard the Star Lab Arcada. We have just successfully completed development and testing of the Star Generator. During this time, I have come to believe that our progress has been monitored by others. I fear that the Sarians may have learned of our mission. If my fears prove true, the Star Generator and the people of our universe are in serious jeopardy. The Star Generator is a miraculous device. Used as intended, it will help preserve life for eons to come. Used as a device for evil, it would cause the destruction of millions of lives and enslave all who oppose the Sarians. Encoded within this cartridge are all plans and specifications for the construction of the Star Generator. Should any disaster befall the Star Generator project, scientists would be able to create a duplicate of the Star Generator with this information. Please guard this with your life. Return it to the Xenon ruling body as quickly as possible. Important note: the Star Generator is capable of self-destruction. This was introduced as a safety precaution. To activate it, one must enter the code 6858. Remember that code, we're going to need it. I'm writing it down. I am writing it down. It has been written down. A 5-minute timer will begin to count down. Beware! Anyone within 5 kilometers of the Star Generator will be in danger once the timer has been initiated. Please be careful, and good luck. Now, we're going to want to take that cartridge back for maximum points and arguably better ending. You can leave it here. Obviously, these guys, they don't care about or need it. Get on skimmer. Look. Skimmer. As described, it is a sand skimmer. And it looks like it has skimmed quite a bit of sand in its time. On it is a panel that has a small readout, currently dark, and a keyhole with a key in it. Turn key. You turn the key and suddenly the jet turbines begin to whir. The skimmer begins to shake beneath you as its platform slowly moves into the launch tube. You can't help but wonder what you've gotten yourself into this time. As you nervously hang on, the skimmer rises slowly to the surface of the planet via a secret passage. Upon reaching the surface, you throttle up and zoom off into the sunset. The settlement the alien spoke of appears on the horizon. Okay. Pausing. First, we save. I hate sand. Second, we turn the speed to slow. It will mean that this part will take twice as long as normal, but it also makes it easier. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we have entered a forced arcade segment. Sierra would put these sort of things into their games from here on. As far as I can remember, this is the first game that has it. And, people don't like them. They really don't like them because, well, first, it really derails the game. And second, it's usually, like, what are the words I'm looking for? It's usually a big gate in progress. If you don't get past this, you can't continue the game, and it's very annoying to deal with. So, unfortunately, you can't skip this part. By the time Sierra got to the release of Conquests of the Longbow, I believe, they did have a setting to where you could skip the minigame sections. Admittedly with no points, but as long, it does that just so you can get through if you're really having trouble. It's an accessibility option, and a very, very good one. This game doesn't have that, so unfortunately, we just got a deal. Also, this audio does not loop properly, and it's very annoying to listen to. God, I know I've been, kind of complaining about some of the minutia of this game, but this really is, the worst part for me. Because there's no way to skip it. There's no way to get around it. There is a part that is also bad that we will be getting into very, very soon after this. But there is a way to skip around that, which is good. But I don't think we'll be doing that. Because it is technically a cheat. And I mean, I could do it. Honor is dead and all that, but it's not, in the spirit of it. Also, I don't know if it's, allowed with speedruns. It might be, it might not be. I really don't know. I've actually never seen a Space Quest 1 speedrun before. So I don't know how quickly people can get through this game. And I don't really know about too many of the tricks that you can do. Which is unfortunate. But also, yeah. It is what it is. It's not perfect, but hey, the later games were better. They also had arcade segments that were fun, arguably. I don't know if Space Quest 2 has a section like this. I don't really remember. It might not. No, I don't think it does. Space Quest 3 does, though, but that's fun. Woo! That was pretty intense. You've managed to successfully navigate through the treacherous boulder field, and are quite relieved to see that you've reached the settlement. Welcome to Ulince Flats. Every time I bring up the name of this place, it seems like it goes over most people's heads that it's a joke. It's flatulence. It's a fart joke. It's I don't know how people miss it, but it's a fart joke. Ugh. After a truly stone-crushing journey, you have miraculously arrived safely in Ulince Flats. And just in time, too, because the skimmer's power cell has been drained. It will take some time to recharge itself. This place isn't quite what you had expected. It is semi-bleak at best. Take the key. If you don't do it, the skimmer will be stolen, and you'll understand why that's an issue. Also, Greedo walking into the bar. Under normal circumstances, we don't see Greedo again. Get up. Get off, skimmer. And let's also turn the speed back to normal. Slow is too slow to be playing this game. Say, this is a genuine Fulton Sand skimmer. I've been looking for one just like it. I wonder if he would accept 30 buckazoids. No, pound sand. Fine, be that way. You'll understand in just a minute. Let's turn the speed to fast, because, you can just stand here and wait. I'm pretty sure. Or you could cycle the screen. Oh, nope, there he is. Okay, this is my final offer. I'm only doing it because you look like you need it pretty bad. I'll give you 30 buckazoids and I'll throw in this swell jetpack. I only used it once. Works great in zero gravity. You'll love it. Is it a deal? Yes or no? You say yes to this offer. If you say no, you don't get the money, you don't get the jetpack, and if you go off the screen and come back, the skimmer is gone. He steals it. Glad we could do business. I'll just take that key. Thank you kindly. Hope your stay in Newlands Flats is an interesting one. So, yeah, now we've got $30. And, we're in a settlement with a way to get off the planet, actually. If we go over here to the left. But first we gotta deal with a used car salesman. Howdy, bucko! Can I interest you in the finest little used spaceships in the galaxy? You look like a man of discerning taste. Yeah, you gotta buy a used spaceship. Not any of these two. They're traps. Both of them kill you. What you do need is this one up here. This is the one that you want. Well, there's a man with a good eye. This here is the keenest little scrambler in the hemisphere. Top of the line, handles like a charm. Perfect for cruising the asteroid fields. And she's got all the thrust a guy could need. I tell ya, she's an outright steal at 214 buckazoids. 214. You might remember, we only have 30. But that's not all. You need a droid to pilot the ship. I'm telling you this in advance. And thankfully, there just so happens to be a droid store here. The sign used to say droids are us in like the very earliest versions of the game, but a certain department store really didn't like that. They could probably get away with it now because they're bankrupt. Welcome to Droids Be Us, the finest emporium for mechanized beings in the quadrant. We have a complete line of droids for any purpose imaginable. Well, almost any. All top of the line. But I suppose you would probably be interested in our sale items. Please, walk this way. Yeah, unfortunately, we can't afford any of the nice, expensive droids. We gotta go for the used section. Which, hey, nothing wrong with buying used. So, you don't want the green one. The green one's a trap. You want this one. That model is ideal for flight systems operations. It will pilot any modern fighter or cruiser. And it is one of the most experienced droids we carry. I only ask 45 buckazoids for it. 36 with a coupon. I got it from some gambling type who was required to pay up or perish. And once again, we don't have the money. That we're only off like a little bit. I don't think we have a coupon, do we? No. No, I don't see a coupon in here. I don't know where you get the coupon. But, we call that one the Peacemaker. It's used primarily in security. In a crime situation, it is capable of apprehending, trying, sentencing, and punishing the offender on the spot. Swift and effective. Only 316 bucks. 368 buckazoids. 294 with coupon. I'm pretty sure the maximum amount of money you can have is 250. Also, I think it started raining. It started raining. Alright. So, well, we don't have the money to buy a ship, and we don't have the money to buy a droid. What are we to do? Well, not go into the screen right there, because, I'm pretty sure you get stuck behind things and it doesn't quite work. What are we to do but go get a drink, I guess. In we go. Look, band. There are a couple of non-galactic looking humanoids cranking out some unfamiliar sounding tunes. They seem interested solely in the music they are performing. Yeah, it's the Blues Brothers. Maybe that was, more of a timely reference in the mid to late 80s. I don't know, people still know about Dan Aykroyd. What'll it be? I got beer, and it's 2 buckazoids. Buy beer. That'll be $2. Thank you very much. Come again. Now we drink the beer. This is important for game progression, I promise. I'm not just drinking to drink. Let's take a drink as well. Of water. I don't have beer. I'd have to go to the fridge for that. The beer tastes like carbonated Zipple sweat. Why do you know what that tastes like? However, considering recent events, you could learn to love it. I see we ended up getting Coors Light on draft. Ugh. Or maybe Miller. I don't know. I stay away from that shit. What'll it be? Beer. Buy another beer. Drink the beer. Gulp, gulp. This is important, I promise. You'll understand. Just give it a minute. Just give it a minute. You have to do this 3 times. Yes, really, you have to drink beer 3 times. Buy beer. I've wasted about $6 now. Drink beer. As you sip another one of... what? As you sip another of the odd brews, you overhear someone at the bar speaking. There I was, cruising through Sector HH, when I spot this blip on the scanner. So I head toward it, you see. And right there, in front of me, sits the Deltar. It's just sitting there. My heart starts hyper-warping on me. I figured my milliseconds are numbered. All I can think of doing is getting my craft out of there, so I'm reaching for the throttle. All of a sudden, there's this incredible flash of light, you see. And just like that, this little planetoid explodes into a ball of fire. I tell you, I've never seen anything like it. I mauled the throttle and got out of there quick, you bet. So, sounds like the Sarians are testing the star generator in Sector HH. I'll also write that one down. So, we have a goal now. Oop, shit, I pressed F1. Okay, I meant to press escape to pause. So, we know what we have to do now. Get a ship, get a droid, head out to Sector HH to go get the star generator and stop the Sarians. However, we are stopped from doing that with monetary concerns. So, how do we fix that? Because, there's not really a way that you can earn money. You know, you can't, like, pull odd jobs or do a mini game to earn money like you could in Space Quest 4. No. There's only one way to earn cash in this game. And that is to gamble. So, you might have seen, when we walked in, there was a guy at this very slot machine who got vaporized. It could kill you. Let's go gambling. Now, I'm also gonna turn the speed to fastest, because I don't like this part. So what you do is you press F8, and you do that over and over. Save when you've made money. Reload when you feel like you've lost too much. Do this until you have enough cash to buy everything you need. This goes on for a very long time. Hey! Yeah. So, literally, the manual just tells you to save scum for this part. There is a way to cheat, but I'm not doing that. You know what? Now that we've got some cash right now, why don't we... I think I already saved here, yeah. So, let's turn the speed back to normal. Normal alien band. Just some, like, 50s rock and roll type thing. Now that we've got some cash... Say there, pal. It's come to my attention you're in the market for some transportation. I may be able to help if you'll follow me. I'd like to show you a fine little piece of machinery that'll knock your eyes out. Yeah, if you follow Greedo, he kills you. I'm not doing that. So, now that we've got, like, $100-something, let's go buy the droid. Because I think combined the ship and the droid cost $250 total, but I'm just unsure of it. I don't know. Plus, it also gives me a break from gambling. Yeah. Buy droid. Using your discount coupon. Where did I get a coupon? Where did I get a coupon from? Where did that come from? I don't understand. You've made a relatively decent purchase of a pre-owned sale item. Cool. So now we've got a droid. He'll follow you, except he can't go into the bar with you because the bar will not allow droids. As a robot enjoyer myself, I do not approve. Let them drink. Hashtag let robots drink. Oh my god. Man. Yep. Oh, go back into the bar, go back into Mos Eisley, and let's continue to gamble. Oh shit, ZZ Top. ZZ Top's a good band. If I remember correctly, this is like an actual song of theirs too. Look. Yep. So that guy dies. You just gotta wait for him to finally kick the bucket, and then wait for the droid to clean up his ashes, I guess. So we can go back to gambling. Right. Okay. Let's go gambling. Nice. $9. We made a profit. I should just press F5. Nice. You don't have to save every time you win. Woo! 15. Nothing. 15 again. The slot machine experience. This is what Vegas is like. I think. I've never been to Vegas. Alright, let's reload. Woo. Come on. Come on. Okay, you know what? To make this more interesting, let's, real quick, get some music. Just to make this part a little more interesting, because, at the very least, with the regular game, it's like, there's things happening. There's nothing happening here. It's just gambling. It's just gambling. So, where is... I'm specifically looking for you. Come on. This is just what you have to do. The last time I played through this game, I had to do this for, I think, like a collective 10 minutes. Which doesn't sound like a lot, but it feels like it. It feels like an eternity. It feels like an eternity when you're doing this, and, it's not fun. Oh, that's death. Probably should have reloaded after a while there anyway. Hey. The ship is the more expensive of the two things you have to buy. So, yeah. 15. Lost the money. Come on. We're almost there. We only need like $50 more. See, if I could save scum in real life, oh my god, I'd be a millionaire. It's like, how many games of blackjack is it again that you have to win before you're a millionaire? It's like 20-something. It's a statistical anomaly, but like, man, wouldn't that be awesome? It would also definitely get you thrown out of any casino anywhere in the world. 100%. 100% that would get you thrown out of any casino anywhere in the world. Also, I realized the music was a little bit too loud there. Look. Come on. We've dipped below 200. Alright. Reload. It's random every time. Yeah. Hope you guys had a good week. I know I said it before last time, but I'll say it again here. And also earlier that I'm not streaming tomorrow because I got other stuff happening. Oh boy. Oh, we're almost there. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, we're getting further and further away. Come on, buddy. Come on. Give it to me. Oh, yeah. We've done it. We've reached the maximum amount of money, which is $250. I thought that was correct. Okay. Cool. Whew. Sorry for having to make you sit through the gambling. I know it's not a particularly interesting part of the game, but it's a necessary part. But it's done. We don't have to do this again. Sorry, there seems to be a circuit failure. To be reimbursed, send claim to Gipazoid Novelties, 2001 Odessa Blastway, Guerneville, Fedor, Exel Galaxy. Please allow 2 decades for delivery. Okay. Now we can turn the speed back and save. No more gambling. Now we can leave. Ugh. I hate that part, but you can cheat. If you type in "holy shit" while you're on the slots screen, you can specify what you want to show up. I only found out about that recently. Honestly, if you're lucky, it doesn't take too long. Also gotta wait for this bastard to follow you. Yep, I already saw this. Buy ship. I tell you, I think you've made a wise decision. She's a beauty. The keys are in her. If you have any problems, don't hesitate to come back and tell us about them. It's been a heck of a pleasure doing business with you. By the way, you're gonna need a droid to help you fly that thing. Well, good luck. Come again. How much money am I left with again? Look. Buckazoids. Exactly 36. So the coupon is necessary. So I don't know. You do have enough money to buy everything all in one go, but if you buy one thing and then go back to the machine and then get to 250, you can have the $36 back, which means at the end of the day, I made a profit of $6. Truly. Get in ship. Okay, the console. Right, you push load. What sector shall I head for, sir? Asks the droid. HH. Sector HH it is. I will proceed with course entry. Hey, wait a minute. Where do you think you're going with my ship? Yeah, we stole Greedo's ship. It's fine. He wasn't using it. Off you go into the purple yonder. He'll just have to buy one of those used ones. Sure, he has enough money. Or who knows? Maybe a bus shows up Well done, Lang. You've managed to overcome the elements of Corona, from endless deserts and spider droids to obnoxious salesmen and bad booze. Yes, the sand in your boots shall forever serve as a reminder of this forsaken planet. You should feel proud. But now, destiny awaits, with an even greater challenge. Hang on, sir. We're headed into an asteroid field. I'm surprised they had the restraint to not make a Star Wars reference here. I definitely could, but I don't 100% remember the exchange. I only remember that Han Solo says, "Never tell me the odds." It's been a while since I've watched the Star Wars movies. I actually have, like, a digital rip of the original trilogy from Laserdisc on, like, an external hard drive that I got from a former boss. Also, yeah, if you buy the other droid, it just smashes straight into the first asteroid and you die. Uh-oh. We have established visual contact with a ship of Sarian origin, says the droid. The name Deltar is confirmed. You might consider the fact that we are in danger by being anywhere near this ship. I hope you didn't waste money on the extended warranty when you purchased me. We have been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty. I feel like someone's made that joke playing this game. Also, why would I buy a warranty for a thing that I purchase literally just to get me to the next section of the game? Buddy, I love you, but you're an item in an adventure game. I only need you for as long as I need you to progress. That was certainly a sentence. I will slow our approach and stand off at a safe distance. Maybe I should turn this up to fast speed. Whatever. Certainly some nice graphics, I will say. So now we look around again. Okay, look, ship. Before you lies the Sarian battlecruiser, Deltar. An imposingly massive ship. Now you understand why the Arcada was so easily overtaken. Your first instinct is to turn the ship around and head for home. But then you realize that unless you do something to try to stop the Sarians, there will be no home. So what you're supposed to do is put the jetpack on. You are now wearing the jetpack. A small control linkage snaps into the back of your helmet, allowing you to control it merely by focusing on where you want to go. So now you exit the ship. Before leaving the safety of your ship, you instruct the little droid to set a course for Xenon, where you will rendezvous later, providing, of course, that you are successful in carrying out your mission. Once again, you are on your own. And here we are heading into the final section of the game. And it's only been like 2 hours. Wait for it. And stop. Up. And stop. I think if you move around with the jetpack too much, you run out of fuel and you can't progress anymore. It appears to be a standard airlock. There's a handle in the center. Open door. You grasp the large handle and twist, noting the rather significant amount of pain being registered. Guess someone needs to oil that. You are extremely grateful to hear a click. As you enter the Sarian ship, the airlock door seals itself behind you. You try to open it again, without any success. It appears that you are stuck here. So, in this, as in many things... Ooh. The door is not impressed. All we really have to do is wait. This definitely takes a second on normal speed. So how you guys been? Oh! Now quickly, we go out. We go in, rather. Okay. Now, you have two options. This is the option I prefer to do. Open the trunk. And get in the trunk. You climb into the trunk, and the lid pounds shut above you. And now, we wait. You hear voices, muffled then louder. You suddenly feel the trunk lift off the deck, and the sensation of movement. After a few minutes, the truck thuds to the floor, causing you to see stars in the darkness. The voices sound farther away, then gone. Now you open the trunk, and you automatically get out. As you exit the trunk, you notice that you have lost your jetpack. You don't need it anymore. It's fine. Now, if you look around, you are in the ship's laundry facilities. Look, washer. The laundry cleaning unit is not being used at this time. So what you do is you open the washer, look in the washer. Someone might be coming. You don't have time to be standing around. So, the correct thing to do is to get in the washer. Don't do this if you value your life. Well, it certainly appears as though you're about to become all washed up. And Roger gets sent through the spin cycle. But shockingly, this is the thing we needed to do to progress. Look. Oh, okay. Somehow you managed to survive the rinse cycle. As you emerge from the cleaning unit, you notice that you are dressed in a Sarian battle uniform. What a stroke of genius! Now you can wander throughout the ship without calling attention to yourself. Now if we look at the uniform, in the pocket of this uniform is an alien identification card. The name on the card is Buxton Freem. You wonder if this is a common Sarian name. Yeah, now we can just walk around without fear of being shot and killed. Isn't that fun? Right, so there's two elevators, and a whole bunch of area to the right that is not necessary to go in, like, at all. The downed one, this one on the right is currently out of order. It does not open. You gotta go in the one on the left. So now if we move to the right, on this half of the screen, and we look around, you're inside an enormous chamber. Before you stands the stolen star generator. So, there it is. But it's being guarded, so, we gotta deal with that guy. So, here's what you do. You can also, I think, talk to the Sarians. Talk alien. You're too far away. Talk alien. Got a light? You query the guard. Sorry, I don't drink. Let's try another. Talk, talk, talk. Can't you find anything better to do? The guard talks back. Do you own King's Quest 2? Asks the nosy guard. No. Too bad. Talk. Guard. The guard looks as though you look different somehow. Yep, I think if you talk to them too much, they figure out that you're not one of them, and he shoots you. But, yeah. Now I wish I had said yes to him asking me if I had King's Quest 2, because you get some... He says some stuff, the guards will say some stuff about like, oh, yeah, you know, it's great, or there's this one fucking puzzle that I can't figure out, or something like that. I don't know. Play the game for yourself and find out. I mean, this is basically a walkthrough, more or less. Ignore the droid. Not something you have to worry about for now. Just walk across the bridge. And, yeah, we'll be out of here quite soon. So you go into this room, which is an armory. Headed by, Rob the Robot, I guess. Oh, never mind. Welcome to the weapons dispensary. I will assist you. Please supply me with your identification card. Show ID. Excuse me, I shall retrieve your weapon. Now what you need to do is go over here, take grenade. You need that. And you can only get it while he's going to get the gun. If you try to take it, he will kill you if he's on screen. Your rank allows you to bear 1 pulse ray unit. Remember, no firing in the ship. Have a nice day. Press F6 to fire pulse ray. Fuck you. The droid explains that although he's not programmed for death, he considers it extremely rude to fire your weapon indoors. He cautions you against doing so again. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. I think if you try to do it again in front of him, he has, like, a guard come in and kill you. So now, you might be wondering why I picked up that grenade. The smoke bomb appears to be of the impact detonation variety. You don't want to be too... Oh, that's a typo. Interesting. You don't want to be too close to this thing when it discharges. Drop grenade. The grenade drops to the floor, releasing its poisonous gas on the unsuspecting alien. Good shot, Lag. Yeah. So that takes care of that guy. And now we just move around down there. Shouldn't be too hard. Just walk around down there, get to the star generator, and do what we have to do and skedaddle. My, aren't you the clumsy one? Because of your inability to walk with... Fuck, I hit the microphone, I'm so sorry. Because of your inability to walk without falling on your face, your helmet is now riding the elevator without you. You've blown your cover. The Sarians are sure to shoot first and ask questions later. Now we save. Alien town. Oh no. I'm not good at naming the saves. I think this playthrough is also the least amount of times I've saved in this game. One, because I think I'm being quite careful. And two, I'm being reckless, I will admit. Up! You're toast! Yep. You gotta be quick on the draw, or else they'll kill you. So, voice crack. So, you gotta be careful. Gotta be careful with that. I guess more or less. The robot droid could, if the robot droid could laugh, which it is not programmed to do, it would do so. Your pulse ray is only effective against living opponents. Yeah, it's kind of a problem if you get the droid, because they don't die. They just kill you. So yeah, if you go into this area where the star generator is without taking out the alien with the grenade, he shoots you the second you enter the screen. There is no way to avoid it. Search body. You seem to have found a remote control device of some sort. It has only one button, labeled on-off. Take remote. Guard has nothing else of interest. Push off. Look remote. More. Look remote. Push remote button. Push button. Suddenly, the force field protecting the star generator disappears. So now, we walk up to it, and we look at the star generator. At the base of the star generator is a control panel of some sort. Look panel. So this is where we input the code. You don't just type it, you have to do this. You have to hover the arrow with the arrow keys over the button you want to press, and then press F6. 6, 8, 5, 8. And then hit enter. Oh, I pressed F8 on accident. There we go. Detonation cycle has begun. The star generator has come alive. The heat that this thing is starting to generate tells you it's time to blow this taco stand. It's time to save. One last time. Time to go. Just time to go. I was gonna make a reference, but then I realized, wait, no. That probably won't sound very good. Uh-oh. It's fine. Stay over there, stay over there, stay over there. Haha! Woo! Got that guy. So, welcome to the final screen of the game. You can die here, and I will try not to do that. So, you just walk over to this escape pod. You have to be very careful. Get in pod, because you can fall into the track and die. It is like the last chance you get to die in the game. You swiftly slip into that sleek ship. Try to say that 3 times fast. Look console. You frantically search the control console for the launch button. Aha! There it is. Push launch. And we've done it. Now we get a little cutscene. Ah. Oh, boom. Nice. The Deltar has been blown to tiny fragments by the force of the star generator's blast. You have saved the lives of millions of your people, not to mention the lives of those in other systems. Don't get a big head. Congratulations, Lag! You've rid the universe of the evil Sarians. Yeah, apparently that was all of them on that one ship. I'm sure it's fine. And saved your people from certain doom. The star generator technology is safe inside the data cartridge. Now, a new star generator can be built and can carry out its original task. You're an all-around hero. You've made it home safely aboard the stolen Sarian craft, where you've encountered a cheering Xenon crowd. They have gathered together for a ceremony in your honor. The ceremony is already in progress. Why do we have to lag now? Applause! As a token of appreciation, you are presented with a golden mop. Thank you, Lag, for cleaning up our galaxy, says the Xenon leader. Once a janitor, always a janitor. The end. Thank you for playing Space Quest. For real this time. The game's over. Watch for Space Quest 2. Indeed. Indeed. So, I suppose that marks the end of the stream. It's the end of the game. End of the stream. That took almost exactly 2 hours. I think that's a new record. I think the raw footage from the last time I played this game was 3 hours. Maybe. 2.5, 3 hours. I don't know. But, I definitely did spend a lot more time gambling, I think. Anyway. So, that is going to be all from me today. Thank you all so much for joining me for some Space Quest. Yeah, a bit of a quieter day, a bit of a slower stream, but hey, whatever. It was fun going back to this, and hey, you know, maybe we'll check out Space Quest 2 sometime. Maybe. I have all of them. I have all of the Space Quest games, all 6. They had plans to make a 7th, but that never happened. Sierra shut down before Space Quest 7 could happen. So, yeah, that's fun, I guess. But hey, yeah, so maybe another time we'll check out Space Quest 2, and hey, who knows, maybe even another time we'll have a look at King's Quest. Maybe. Maybe not. It all depends. But yeah, as I said, no stream tomorrow. I got other stuff, so we will be returning again on Friday with the end of Postal 2, and maybe the start of Apocalypse Weekend. Maybe. Depends on how I'm feeling. Or we could just leave that also for another time. I've also just realized now I have to find something to replace this. Oh well, this is why we have a backlog list. Anyway, so that's going to be all from me today. Thank you all so much for joining me for Space Quest, and I will see you all next time. Woo!